Hello, this is Photography Gamer. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm reviewing the Xbox Series S. I've had my Series S for a few months now, so I'm going to break down what you get for your money, what you don't get, good things, bad things, and my overall experience with the console so far. Okay, so the Series S is the cheaper option compared to the Series X. So the Xbox Series S is £250 in the UK or $299 in the US. Which is £200 or $200 cheaper compared to the more expensive Series X. So if you buy the Series S, what exactly do you get for your money? Well, you get the Xbox Series S console, one Xbox wireless controller, a high-speed HDMI cable and power cable as well, and you get two batteries to be used with the wireless controller. Unfortunately, there is no cable provided to connect your wireless controller to the console. So if you don't want to buy new batteries all the time for the controller, you're going to have to buy a cable. I purchased one, I'll put the link in the description. So let's look at the console itself. It's a very solid piece of kit with a kind of durable feel to it. The available ports, there's got 3 USBs, an Ethernet jack, HDMI slot, one storage expansion slot, and one power slot. One minor criticism of the console build are these rubber attachments at the base and the side. These are there to stop the console sliding on smooth surfaces, but they're not integrated into the build. They seem glued on, and on the first day I bought it, one of them fell off, and a few weeks later another one did too. Now, if you keep your console in the same place all the time, then it's not going to be a massive issue, but if you're like me and you move the console around the house depending on where you want to play, then you might need to think about avoiding slippery surfaces if all the rubber parts come off. Okay, what about the controller? Well, again, like the console, it's got a tough, durable feel. The buttons, they're responsive and they're not too stiff like you get with some new controllers. There is a slot at the back for 2 batteries if you want to play wireless, and apparently 2 AA batteries last for up to 40 hours. The controller features Bluetooth and it has a 3.5mm stereo headset jack if you're a headphone user. And it's got this kind of semi-rough feel to it, which makes it less slippery when you're holding it. And that's a nice kind of a design touch because, you know, sometimes they're a bit like slidey. Okay, so that's the hardware. Now, what about the software and how has it been to use for the past few months? Well, generally it's been good, but I'm going to go into like certain aspects that stand out for me. So first thing to say is the storage. The Series S uses a 500GB solid-state drive, which means games will start very quickly. The downside to this is you've only got 350GB of space to store the games you want to play. Now, if you're an indie game fan, it's not a massive issue, but if you're into the AAA market only, you're going to struggle to install more than 3 or 4 at a time. So you will have to invest in an external hard drive at some point. Either that or download games every time you want to play them. The official expansion drive is incredibly overpriced and I would not recommend getting that. I just recommend buying a 2TB hard drive. You can get one relatively cheap and it does the same job. Another reason the Series S is cheaper is it doesn't feature any disk drive at all. So if you own DVDs, Blu-rays or old Xbox games, then you can't use them on the Series S. But on the flip side of that, no disk drive means no noise, and the Series S is one of the quietest consoles I've ever had. You literally can't even tell if it's on or off. But again, a downside of no disk drive means you're digital only. So you won't be able to buy a game and then trade it in for some, money back. And digital games are a little bit more expensive. Now, in terms of the layout of the menus in the kind of the structure of the console, I'd say it could have been better. It's kind of typical to Microsoft. It's not massively intuitive or user-friendly. They're a little bit muddled. You can customize it, but not to the degree that I would say is acceptable. Now, if you're a gamer who captures video footage or photos, one thing to know is you can't move files from the solid-state drive to an external USB or hard drive. So if you want to take your video footage and clips onto a PC, you need to set up an individual solid-state drive or hard drive to act as like your capture card. I bought one for about £70, I'll put the link in the description. I've used it so far, it does the job just fine. Okay, so I'm just going to briefly touch upon Game Pass. So when you buy the Series S, you can join Game Pass Ultimate for £1 for the first month, then £10.99 for subsequent months. Now, I'm not a big fan of subscription services in general, but I can't argue with the value for money that you get here. You get access to 100 plus Xbox games from the previous and current generations. You also get EA Play, and in total it's close to 200 games on tap. And they're adding new games all the time, like Outriders, the Major League Baseball, Dragon Quest Builders 2, SnowRunners just got added. So I'd say if you're a gamer on a budget, then the Series S and Game Pass combined are the best value offer out there today. $250 for the console, $10.99 a month for up to 200 games. I mean, you cannot argue with that. Okay, what's good and what's bad? What's good? It's fantastic value for money, loading times are speedy, the console makes no noise at all. You can have multiple apps open at one time, the frame rate is very smooth, the console and the controller are tough, durable and well built, and with Game Pass, it's a very good package for gamers on a tight budget. What's bad? 350GB is not a lot of storage space, and you will have to invest in another hard drive. I experienced 2 hard crashes so far. There's no wire for the controller, so you'll have to buy one or buy batteries periodically. You cannot export game clips or screenshots to a USB or hard drive from the built-in SSD. The console has to always be online, otherwise you can't play your games. There's no disk drive included, and the rubber parts at the base of the console are not attached correctly, and they will fall off very quickly. So what's the verdict? Well, I wanted to buy the Xbox Series X. The Series S didn't appeal to me because I had lots of discs and I wanted the bigger and better version. But due to the availability, I just took the plunge, spent $250 on the Series S, and I have to say, I've been delighted with it so far. Yes, there's a few little issues that I outlined in this review, but none of those are massive deal breakers, and I'd say overall it's been a positive experience. In particular, the ability to tap into a lot of the Xbox backward compatibility archive via Game Pass. So in summary, it's a very good console, performance-wise, the price is fantastic, and it's the cheapest next-gen console available. Would I recommend it? Absolutely. Like, if you don't have endless cash and you want to join the next gen, the Series S is the way to go. $250 is really good value. When you factor in what Game Pass gives you as well, it's a great package. It's got good hardware, good backward compatibility, the subscription model works. Yes, you may end up paying over the odds for digital games and you can't buy used games on the cheap, but it swings and roundabouts. You save in one hand, you lose in the other. I've been happy with it and so far so good. We'll see how it evolves over a year or two, whether there's any technical problems, but so far technically it's been great and I've been very happy with how it's gone. Okay, that was the review. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. You can join the channel to unlock exclusive members only videos, early access and other benefits. To join, click on the button on my homepage. But for now, this is Photography Gamer signing off. Thank you.